Start. Hi, Mr. Smith. How are you today? I'm glad you were able to find the office all right.
Yeah, I was able to find everything just fine.
And we've already taken care of, your history, getting your history, and completing the informed consent. So right now, I just want to take a moment to see if you have any questions. I know we've went over ACT therapy, kind of what that's going to entail. Do you have any questions right now that's concerning for you right now?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. So I guess we can go ahead and start by you telling me a little bit about what's going on lately.
Well, I've been feeling a little nervous and anxious about my new job as a band director. I have a degree to teach band, and I'm excited, but I'm also a little hesitant because I'm having to fill some big shoes left by other teachers. The students have always been receptive to me at other schools, especially when I taught chorus. But sometimes I feel like I'm a lousy teacher. I guess I'm just having a bad day. When I made this appointment a few weeks ago, I thought it was a good idea. However, since I have gotten here, I'm just feeling overwhelmed. I don't even know if I feel like talking. You know, sometimes I wonder if talking about my feelings is really going to help.
Okay, I'm just wondering if you would be willing to participate in what we call an experiment to work on some of these overwhelming thoughts. I know when we begin this experiment, your mind might start telling you this is never going to work, this is no use. If it's all right with you, when your mind starts saying things like that, can we just let it be and continue on with the exercise? How does that sound?
Sounds okay.
What we're going to do initially is going to help us be more present, be more in the moment, focused. We're going to do this together as a team, if that's okay. So right now I want us to focus. I want us to recognize that you are experiencing some difficult thoughts. I also want to recognize some anxiety. You don't need to say anything right now. You can if you wish. As we're noticing these difficult thoughts and anxiety, let's go ahead and push our feet down. Let's go ahead and push our feet down here. So we both feel the ground beneath us, okay? Now let us both sit up straight so that we can feel our chair. We can feel what's supporting our body. Now let's go ahead and move our arms around, maybe outstretch our arms. Okay, and maybe move our shoulders a little bit. Maybe just kind of move our shoulders slowly. As you're moving your body, you still recognize, you feel these difficult thoughts. Here we can acknowledge anxiety. As you're noticing this anxiety, also notice that you have a body that's all around this anxiety, that's containing it. Just notice that you're experiencing the anxiety, but you have that body that's all around this anxiety. But you're still able to move. So let's straighten back up again. Maybe have a good stretch. Move your arms and maybe move your legs a couple times. Also, while we're moving our bodies, let's come back. Let's notice a couple things in the room. 2 things in the room.
I noticed the flowers and the clock.
Okay. How about 2 things that we can hear right now in the room?
I can hear the air conditioner and the clock.
Okay. One of the most important things I want you to notice is we're here together. We are a team working together. Do you feel any difference? I know you were struggling just a little while ago with those difficult thoughts. Do you feel like they're still jerking you around as much as they were a little while ago?
Not as much.
Do you feel like you have a sense of maybe being more present and right now in the moment?
A little bit more so.
And how do you feel about your control now? It seems like you have that control still over your body. We've moved, we've stretched, okay. So Mr. Smith, it sounds like your mind has really been beating you up lately. And in our therapy, we don't seek to change thoughts or make those thoughts go away, but rather we focus on what we call unhooking ourselves from those thoughts. it sounds like you've been very fused, and when I say fused, that means you're caught up in these thoughts. You've been like this for a while, I think. I do have a quick exercise I'd like to start off just for the beginning to help you unhook yourself from these thoughts. Would you be willing to try this out?
Okay.
I know you mentioned a few minutes ago, I noticed that you made the statement that you feel like you're a lousy teacher. Suppose I ask you to really think about that statement. Take time to think about it. I mean, really get caught up in that statement, get fused with it, believe that that statement's true. Now I want you to say, we're going to reframe it a little bit. Now I want you to say, instead of that you're a lousy teacher, I want you to say, I'm having the thought that I'm a lousy teacher.
I am having the thought that I'm a lousy teacher.
Okay, and now we're going to reframe a little bit more. We're going to step it up a little bit. Instead of saying, I'm having the thought, I want you to say something in front of it like, I notice I'm having the thought that I'm a lousy teacher.
I notice I am having the thought that I'm a lousy teacher.
Okay. So, what do you feel just happened after we made those statements?
It seems to be a little bit more in control now. It seems a little different to say it and reframe it that way.
Okay. So it seems different because this is one way we learn how to unhook ourselves from thoughts like that, negative thoughts. The goal here is to distance yourself from that thought. It's kind of a separation. You know, we're not the problem, we're not the thought, we're outside of that, okay? Another good way to distance yourself and diffuse or unhook from those statements is by what we call naming it. It sounds like you've been struggling with self-defeating thoughts, like you're not good enough, you're comparing yourself to the other teachers, you don't feel like you're going to be a very good band director. I want you to think about right now, if someone came to you and they told you, I'm going to write a book about you as a teacher. I want you to think about all the thoughts and all the feelings that they would put together to put in this book. And it's all about you being this teacher, this bad teacher, the doubts and everything that you're experiencing. You can name it anything that you want. Anything, this is totally the name that you want to give this book. What would that be?
I guess the lousy teacher story.
Okay. So anytime you're traveling down the road, maybe you're going to be at work, maybe you're going to be in a meeting, you can be anywhere, and these thoughts show back up. And they're doubtful thoughts. They're telling you you're not good enough, you're not a good teacher, you're never going to be a good band director, okay? I want you to silently say to yourself, or even say it out loud, aha. Here it is again, the terrible teacher story. This is one way you can work on unhooking yourself quickly before your mind, uses that negative statement and starts jerking you around again.
I think I can do that. It sounds like that might be kind of fun too.
Right, and always remember the goal here is not to get rid of those thoughts, but rather make room for the thoughts, so they can come and go. We can't change our minds, we can't rewire our minds, so we have to focus on the unhooking skills, is what we call it. If you're willing, we can both continue to work together as a team to continue to explore different ways to unhook ourselves, no matter how hard your mind tells you it's not going to work. Are you willing to let this thought come and go as they please so that we can work on the strategies? You can live the life that you want, guided by your values.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Okay. I think you are scheduled to come back in a week, so I will look forward to seeing you then.